Hey, welcome in everybody to the Unfiltered Sports Podcast with your host, Todd Fox. Fresh off the Super Bowl victory, can I get a C? Hawks? C? Hawks? How about you, Matty Matt? How you doing tonight?
You know what, Todd? Since you're my friend and we've
Uh-huh.
been good friends for over 10 plus years, man, I'm happy for you. All right. I know this was a long time coming. You got your revenge game. I'm happy for you, bro. But I ain't going to lie to you. That Super Bowl was boring.
Look, I'll put it to you this way. A season going the way that it did for the Seahawks and for all the other football teams and for the playoffs that were really good in the NFC, subpar or whatever in the AFC, in my opinion. Um, you know, I look at it this way. If it wasn't my team, I probably would be on par with you, but I'd appreciate at least the defense that Seattle showed. Offensively, neither team showed up really. Defensively,
Agree.
it was just a well played game for the Patriots in the first half, and then the second, and then the entire game for the Seahawks. Um, but
Ah,
but
sorry.
man, we're on here tonight to sort of just tell you, like like give you the complete wrap up on the season and just the whole thing, how it went down, man. Going into the season, Matt. When we did our preseason picks, I know Dominique's not here tonight. We don't have you know, uh, Dominic and Randy on here. I don't know why I blanked on his name. But it's just the season itself, going into it, I was expecting Seattle to be better. But I was thinking the Niners or the Rams were possibly going to win that division. Both teams were pretty good. So uh it proved to be the toughest division in football by far, but I didn't expect us to make a Super Bowl run. I mean, we didn't even make the playoffs last year.
I mean, I got to give credit to both teams. Like you said, no one predicted. I don't think you even predicted you guys to make the playoff. You said about a year or two you were away, and no one predicted the Patriots at all. So both teams give them tons of credit. Uh, they definitely exceed expectations, especially for this year. Do they have the personnel to repeat? Who knows? I think you guys do. If you keep your core guys, JSN, Walker, Charbonnet, hope for speedy recovery. Even Sam Darnold.
Oh
Sam
yeah.
Darnold. You got to give him credit. And then my boy, Cooper Cup.
Oh jeez.
Don't
I
you do
I
that. Don't you do that, Todd.
I
No, no, no,
crushed
no,
that
no.
I crushed that guy all season, and you know what? To his credit, outside of JSN showing up against the Rams, obviously, it was Cooper Cup in the playoffs against the Niners and, against the Patriots. He made some clutch catches when JSN went out. And I just got to bring this up too. I mean, before we get into the Super Bowl, as we'll talk about, our highlights and whatnot, we'll sum up the divisions and what happened in football too. So we're gonna go full circle. It won't just be a Seahawks love fest, even though I'm very much pushing that tonight. But I'll go back to this, Matt. Week one, it was after the celebrity bowling tournament that we went out, me and Dominique, or actually before that tournament with Logan O'Hoppy. We went to the bar and we watched the Niners Seahawks game. And I
Mhm.
remember in the first week, Matt, how pissed off I was because we had the Niners the first game, and Reek Woolen, all he had to do, it wasn't even against Kittle, it was against the Tonjes. All he had to do was jump up and grab the ball. It was an interception, and Seattle would have won by 3. And then even though the Niners scored, the Seattle Seahawks had the ball inside the 5 of the Niners. Darno had if he had half second more, he throws the ball. Cooper Kupp's in the end zone by himself, but he's hit and he fumbles. And I thought, dude, what a way to start the season. Like, you wanted to get off to a good start. And I was already thinking right there, like, man, this could be a long season, man. And because you remember in the offseason, I wasn't too thrilled that we got Darno.
You were not at all. You were not. Well, now you call him Darnold, so I'm thankful for that. So he's Darnold now.
Yeah, he's Darnold.
Before he was Darnold. But no, yeah, you were not big on Sam Darnold at all. Definitely weren't big on Cooper Kupp. You did not like that trade. The only one I think the trade you did enjoy was you guys getting rid of DK Metcalf. I think that one's the only one where you're like, okay, if he's gone, good riddance, this, that, and the third. And but like I was saying earlier, you guys got the core to repeat. And Mike McDonald, your coach, man, dude, the guy can coach. He can coach, and he's young. So he's definitely got a lot of football left to make your team, hey, we'll see. Maybe a dynasty. Who knows? Because your defense, man, Jesus. Dude, y'all forced like what, 12 punts?
Yeah, I mean, look, I look at it this way. We with McDonald, he's under contract for a while. This whole force of the sale, I think that was other NFL owners are kind of tired of the fact that we're succeeding under Paul Allen's sister. And she's got the franchise running great. I mean, John Schneider's got 2 rebuilds, under his belt and 2 Super Bowls with 2 different coaches. I mean, who does that? McDonald, ever since he left Baltimore, Baltimore's defense has fallen off the side of the earth.
Yeah.
They just knew what they were doing. And this is a team, like you said, going to your point, they could do what the LOB couldn't do. The LOB couldn't seal the deal because of, whether you blame Darrell Bevel, the offensive coordinator, Russell Wilson, or Pete Carroll, it's, they're all pointing the fingers like that Spider-Man meme. They couldn't win that second Super Bowl, and I think that cost them a three-peat because they were good enough to three-peat, but they had so much turmoil. This team, like you said, they only have a few free agents, and the best thing they did was get rid of Geno and Metcalf. Geno got him I think the Shaheen trade, and then they flipped the other picks or the other players in the trade with the Steelers. So I mean, they just everything they've done so far, they've it's turned to gold. And I think right now you got 70 million under the cap next year too. I mean, they're set. You're right. They're set for a long, prolonged run here.
I definitely agree. I mean, the Patriots too. Drake May, he didn't have a great game at all. He definitely played like a young man in his first ever Super Bowl. And granted, that was Sam Darnold's first ever game, and he didn't play that great either. If it wasn't for Kenneth Walker, man, my God, I don't know how many points you guys score, but Jesus, both quarterbacks didn't play that great. Drake May definitely didn't play that great at all. Late in the game, he started making some, meaningless catches and touchdown stuff, but by that time, it was still already over. But Drake May definitely has a bright future. I do think the Patriots can definitely make noise in that division. I don't know if the Bills are going to be as dominant as they were once before, especially with them firing their coach. I know a lot of the Bills players didn't like that. So do the Patriots take over that division again like they did with Brady? It's possible. It's very possible. Drake May is a really good quarterback. I just think the moment was very big, and he was probably nervous. He had the jitters. He was playing like the jitters, man. He's missing wide open receivers. Dude, you guys' defense was great. There was a lot of times where his receivers broke free. He missed Hunter Henry a lot. Diggs only had 1 catch for 5 yards. That's not like him. I think he's gone anyways. But it definitely showed the jitters on his part. And you guys' defense was just excellent. Like you said, the LOB could have won 2, could have won 3. Pointing fingers, especially with that 1 year we're not going to talk about, Todd, because they erased it this year, erased that last. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, that doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. I mean, look, I'll just be honest with you, man. I mean, like right away, to go to your point real quick before I give the take on the season, is just the fact that, they had to overcome a lot. And the Patriots, I think, were there a year or 2 early. And I think Seattle was even there a year early.
Definitely.
But they were just better coached. And like you said, McDonald's got them on another stratosphere. Both quarterbacks missed throws. We'll talk about that. There was a couple that, if Arnold hits, that game's over early. And there's also a couple plays that the Patriots could have jumped and turned into a pick 6 early. I mean, they barely missed interceptions. So it was crazy. But I I just want to go back to them erasing where the Steelers or where the Seahawks, past demons are at. They lost that first game to the Niners. I went to the game against the Rams here in LA where, Darnold fumbled one time through 4 picks, so 5 total turnovers, and they lost by 2 points. They missed the game-winning field goal. So ever since that game, at that point, Darnold had, I think, 20 total turnovers. He finished the year with 24, and they played 10 more games, including the Super Bowl. They went 10-0 after that loss to the Rams. They wound up beating them once in the regular season in Seattle in the epic game on Thursday night. Then they beat them in the NFC Championship. They wound up beating the Niners on the last game of the season, and they wound up eliminating them in the divisional round. Then they go to Frisco, take over the Golden Gate Bridge with a couple thousand Seahawk fans, only to win the Super Bowl against the team that got so goddamn lucky because the Seahawks wrapped the Super Bowl up and gave it to them 11 years ago. You know how many times I've heard, you should have ran the ball. You should have gave it to Lynch. You should have given it to Lynch. It's sickening, dude. And it's sickening to see, like for me, let me put it this way real quick. As an Angels fan, my dad said the worst loss he's ever felt as a sports fan was 86 when they were 1 pitch away. Henderson hits the homer. But I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? That was my worst sports fandom play or game and memory up until the Seahawks interception. Because at least with the Angels, you had 2 more games to come back and win that series. That was game 5. That interception, that's it. There's no coming back from that. There's no second chance. There's no third chance. And who knows when the next time you're going to make the Super Bowl? It took us 11 years to do it. I had no idea they were going to do it this year. And the fact that they were able to beat the Patriots in Frisco. I mean, look, to be honest with you, Matt, they could go 15-1 next year, win here in SoFi against a random AFC team. And I'd have to go back and say, dude, last year, you can't top last year.
You can't, because you erased 2 demons. Number one, you beat you got revenge. Definitely got revenge of what happened 11 years ago. And you did it in your hated rivals' home field. You can't write that up, man. That's epic right there. And I know those Niners fans are definitely hating that you guys won in their turf. So that's definitely
Joe Montana, the Niner great, is flipping the coin, and all you hear in the stands is Seahawks, see.
Rivalries never die, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was just really like, and then here's the thing about it too, Matt. If they lose last night, everything they did against the Rams and the Niners and the division, all that's for nothing. Like it literally does. You don't think so?
I don't think so. No, because like we said earlier, both teams weren't supposed to be there. So what you guys did was already good, and obviously you want to win the whole chip. And I'm not saying celebrate runners up, but what I'm saying is you guys peaked early, and it would have been one of those things where it's like, okay, we're there. We know for next year you guys can definitely take it back for a championship. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. Maybe your opinion is different because you're a Seahawks fan, but I think Patriots fans are probably looking back and like, hey man, we wasn't supposed to be there. We only won 4 games last year.
Well, see, here's the thing. So I had 2 takes on it. The first one was, if we lose the Super Bowl, Niner fans are going to be like, see, it's a jinx. We took you out in our stadium, or you lost in our stadium. You couldn't get it done in our stadium. And then Patriot fans would be like, well, same old Seahawks. They lost. We beat them. We own them, right? But they had nothing to say. Neither franchise had nothing to say. And, I go back to now the Patriots all time in the Super Bowls, and this is crazy to think. They've been to 12. They're now 6-6 in Super Bowls. And I went, 12 Super Bowls. I went back to their first Super Bowl in 1985, right? And I compared the game when they played the Bears. The Bears, the only Super Bowl the Bears had was against the Patriots. And that year, the Patriots hadn't done shit their entire franchise, right? The 85 season, they got to the playoffs with the Jets and the Dolphins. They got in with a wild card. So 3 teams made it from that AFC East. And the Patriots knocked off the Jets in the first round. then they knocked off the I think the Browns and then the Dolphins to go to the Super Bowl. And they beat and they got to the Bears, and the Bears just kicked the crap out of them. And
Kicked the crap out of them.
I looked at their stats, and they were eerily same or similar to the Seahawks Patriots Super Bowl. Like they were physically dominated, just like against the Bears. And I'm thinking, man, this is the same kind of Patriots, because the Patriots weren't supposed to be there back in the day, and they had a bunch of rookies, and they were young, inexperienced, and the Bears were. They had Walter Payton, Jim McMahon, Refrigerator Perry. They had so many good guys, Richard Dent. And I was like, damn, dude, this looks awfully familiar, except the Seahawks weren't experienced either. So I was scared. I'm like, dude, either they're gonna blow this epically, or this is gonna be a statement to the NFL. And I think it worked out best case scenario for me.
Honestly, I'm not saying I knew you guys were, automatically Patriots were going to lose, but the Super Bowl really was Rams against you guys. That was the Super Bowl, because if the Rams would have beat you, they would have been the champions. I don't think Patriots were ready for that moment. And look, if Bo Nix didn't get hurt, I think the Broncos beat them, because look what they did against the Broncos, which is pretty much a good defense as well. Probably not as good as you guys, but their defense was really good. And they didn't score any points at all. I know the weather was a factor, but still.
I think if the Rams make the Super Bowl, they win, like you said. I think if the Niners make the Super Bowl, they win, even as banged up as they are. Don't like again, and against the Broncos, I think the Broncos would be the only team to have a chance to knock any of those three teams off. Like you said, healthy Bo Nix, that's a different freaking what do you call it? Different Super Bowl altogether.
Different. Oh yeah, definitely a different AFC Championship match, for sure. And if you guys played the Broncos, I think it would have been a lot better, because both teams. And I'm not going to say anything negative about the Patriots' defense, because their defense actually showed up. Their corner was deflecting balls that you guys normally would have caught, and he was playing his I think it was Gonzalez.
Yeah, Gonzalez
was playing his lights out. He was ready. He showed up. It's just the Patriots offense, man. Even their running game wasn't doing good. You shut them down. And I got to give credit to DeMarcus Lawrence. I will say this. It hurt, and also I was happy for him at the same time. It hurt me because of what he said when you guys got him in the offseason, and he did an interview. And he said, he's talking about joining Seattle, and he said, I would never win a championship in Dallas, so I'm happy to be here. That hurt my feelings, because I was like, I hope we win before him. But at the same time, he was a devoted Cowboys, for 10 plus years, and I'm happy to see him win. It's just like DeMarcus Ware. The first year he leaves Cowboys, he goes to Broncos, win a championship. DeMarcus Lawrence, hey, same first name. He leaves, goes to you guys, get to the NFC Championship, let alone that, and then wins the Super Bowl. So I'm happy, but I hurt at the same time, because he did say what he said against my boys, and it came to be true. He would never win in Cowboys, and he finally got one. So happy for him.
Yeah, I mean, he was a key addition. I think when you look at what the Seahawks and what their true identity was in the LOB's time, was they had a good offensive line and good defensive line. They won in the trenches. That's why Lynch was so good. That's why they were able to have so many interceptions. Earl Thomas, the LOB did their thing. This time, it's the same thing. I mean, Seahawk fans have been scratching their head for a while. Like, how come with Pete, they never addressed the line in the last 5 years? It was always get everything else except the, defensive and offensive line, and we could never rush the quarterback. But since McDonald's gotten there, I mean, look, that's the problem with every team. That the only team that was able to light up our defense was the Rams. And that was in the last two games. Because even in LA, when we turned the ball over 5 times, they couldn't do nothing against our defense. But they found something, and McVay was exploiting it on Thursday night and then in the NFC Championship game. But we couldn't, their offensive line is just too good, the Rams. But the Seahawks, against every other team, that we didn't need to blitz. It's just rush the same 4, but interchange the guys, bring them out. Yep. Yeah. Take out, what is it called? What is it called? Who's that? Oh, I think I know who that is right there. Anyway,
cousin Carl.
No, I know who that is. the 87.
Oh,
Uh, anyway, I'm tripping on the fact that the defensive line played so good, rushing only 4, doing everything that they could to get in there to pressure the quarterback. You said Drake May wasn't ready for the big stage, and he was just taken down left and right. And they've been doing that all year. So I mean, it was awesome, man. The the Seahawks did. I got sound right. Yeah,
yeah.
they're saying no. Yeah, yeah. But the Seahawks were doing their thing, and I think that's what they got to do. Moving on is take care of the trenches. Their offensive line got really good. The defensive line did really good, and in this game, like I think Sam missed on a couple throws. He had Shaheen deep. He had what's it called? He missed a couple times to Njigba, threw
He
behind.
missed him,
Uh,
but yeah.
yeah, he threw behind Cup a couple times. He missed on a couple. So credit to the Patriots, but like you said, Gonzalez was playing his ass off. That defense was so frustrated. I mean, that
Oh, you can see it in their face.
when they recovered that fumble, bro, yeah, they were just like this, like, oh, again.
And that can be frustrating, especially when you do your job and then quote unquote your coworker is not living up to their expectation. Then that makes you got to work even harder. It's just, I mean, that we can relate to that in our everyday life, So just on a professional level, it's just as harder because you're held to a higher standard. But their defense played lights out, and eventually it just wear and tear got to them for you guys to put up 29 points, and then you guys forced turnovers. And shout out to Latina alumni of my school where I work at. We had some. I sent you a picture today, Todd. They broadcasted him because he scored that touchdown. So he's an alumni where I work at. So shout out to Achina. Hopefully he comes by and show off his ring. I'm supposed to let you know if he comes by, right?
Oh yeah, Mr. Nuoso. I'll take a day off to see that guy and hopefully get an autograph. He's a stand-up guy going to your high school, contributing over there to the
Yeah.
school that he went to, and then just the overall great dude. But that defense is just so good, and I think McDonald's got him set up good for the future. They ran the ball. Kenneth Walker, man. There's a chance he could be another. Yeah, I mean MVP easy, but there's a chance he could go somewhere else, and we'll have to see what happens in free agency. Yeah, it could be a Cowboy.
Right here.
You never know. And here's the thing too, what Patrick says right here. You always have to beware of the Rams. You always have to beware of the Niners. Yeah. Those two teams have to beware of the Seahawks. The only team you don't have to be scared about, the Cardinals. The recards are the recards for a reason. But our division will,
the Cardinals, man.
Our division will most likely be the best in football again next year. The only thing I will disagree with you about, Matt, is the Patriots. They do have a bright future, but I think they're going to take a step back next year. You know what I feel, and I've been right about it a bunch of times. I'm not right about much, but I've been right every time a Super Bowl team loses. They got the jinx, man. They have now the jinx. And so the jinx brings a tougher schedule. It brings injuries.
That's true.
And all of a sudden, all the breaks go the other way. That's always what happens, man.
It's all true.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard to get back to the Super Bowl. I mean, doubly hard as a loser than I think it is a winner. So if you win a Super Bowl, yeah, you're set up good. Everyone wants to come to you. It's rare when you lose a Super Bowl. I mean, because look what happened to the Chiefs this year. Mahomes has never been hurt. They lose a Super Bowl, never. ACL,
Yeah, gone.
Yeah, that was it, man. Thank you right there, Demetro, right there. That's awesome. And he says also F the Cowboys.
You know what? You're so disrespectful. So disrespectful. Hopefully, man. Hopefully, I want to feel that glory again, man. 1995 is too long for me, man. I wasn't an adult in 95. I was still a young little toddler. Well, no, I was 7, going on 8. So I remember it a little bit. But I want to feel the experience as an adult winning a championship. The drinks, man, going out, celebrating with everybody, man, partying. Because I called you last night, Todd, and you was like, no, I'm going to answer him later.
Yeah,
Because I'm
yeah.
sure you were having fun, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was like, let me call you back when I settle down. I was jumping up too much because it's been a long time, and
You know
growing
what?
up, this team was ass, dude. Like to be honest with you, when I was growing up in middle school and high school, the Cowboys were the gold standard. The Cowboys were in the. And that shows you how old I am. But
Yeah.
they were the team that was winning Super Bowls. They were the team that was doing it all. And my team was mediocre at best. I mean, if we were mediocre, we wanted to throw a parade. Now it's like, I got freaking Rally Chris texting me like, "Hey, do you know Sam Darnold and Kenneth Walker are at Disneyland right now?" I'm like, "No, they're not." He's like, "Yeah, they are." And sure enough, they threw a parade for them down Main Street today. And
What?
for a couple of Seahawks, and then they're flying back up to Seattle for Wednesday's parade. So, dude, it's like, if I would have known earlier, I would have went.
You would have
But
went. I know you would
yeah,
have.
yeah, it's just to me, dude, it's just euphoria because in the preseason, everyone's like, everyone makes a big deal about fantasy football. I can't get into it like I used to. I got into it this year. I was hyped a little bit, and then I got into we were doing our picks, and it's like I lost on my picks, and because Renee was like, "Hey, you didn't do good on your picks this year, huh?" I'm like, "No, I lost to, what's his name again, Dom, and I lost to even the viewer, Omar, and then
Mhm.
I didn't make the playoffs in fantasy." And he started laughing, and I'm like, I thought about it, I'm like, who cares, man? My team's in the playoffs, and we have a chance to win a Super Bowl. So it's like if we win a Super Bowl,
All that. Yeah.
yeah, you can have that fantasy bullshit in the pickings, dude. Give me the real thing, dude. So as a
I'll
fan, dude,
take that
like,
too.
yeah, as a fan, I gotta geek out and be excited and just be happy, man, because you never know. I mean, this could turn into a dynasty or this could be a one hit wonder. But the only thing, let me just get this last thing out there, man. Let me just
Oh
get this
Lord.
out there. So,
Hey, it's your team. You can go.
so Landon in the beginning of the season and during the baseball
Oh,
season,
here we go.
Landon's like, "When's the last time you guys made the playoffs? We have a Super Bowl ring, blah, 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 blah," right? And he's like, "We're gonna beat your ass in week 7." Now that's the only thing he was right about, because now I could gloat. He's been strangely quiet. And not only did his
I
team
haven't
not
seen
make
them since.
yeah, not only did his team not make the playoffs, but we won the Super Bowl with all that gloating. So I can't wait for opening day to get back at him next
Please
this
don't do that,
season.
Todd. Please don't do that, Todd. You know what you're going to open up. Please
A can
don't
of
do that.
worms. Yes,
A
yes.
can of worms, man. That will not stop.
Look, it's just look. Last thing I got on this, because look, this game was not good for a fan of any other team in the NFL besides the Patriots, and even for the Patriots, but the Seahawks. I mean, look, it was an ugly Super Bowl. I've seen some ugly Super Bowls in my day, like the Rams Patriots with the SpongeBob Super Bowl, the Ravens Giants. That game was a snooze fest. Last year's Super Bowl was a snooze fest. The Eagles kicked the crap out of the Chiefs. But when you're a fan of the winning team, man, I mean, there's just people are going to try to take you out of it and say it's so boring and blah blah blah. How could you watch? It's my fucking team. That's how. If it was your fucking team, you'd be super excited too. I'm sure, Matt, if the Cowboys were destroying somebody, you'd be like, "Oh my god, that was the greatest Super Bowl of all time." Because when we beat the hell out of the
Wouldn't care.
Broncos, 43-8, I was like, "That's the greatest Super Bowl ever." So it's just that way, man.
Yep.
It is just that way.
I agree
But
with you 100%. I would about nothing. If ever there's a day we go back to the Super Bowl and we win, I wouldn't care. Wouldn't care about nothing.
yeah, and there will be
So,
because this stuff comes in cycles, bro. Every team except the Raiders, I guess, maybe, and maybe like the Panthers and Jaguars. It's gonna come around for
mhm.
just about every team, except Cleveland. There's a few teams you can X out that are never gonna get it, but
Oh,
for the
Lord.
most part, the Cowboys' day will come again. The Niners' day will
One day.
come again. So it'll happen, but that's the
Right
greatest
now
thing
is
about
your day.
football. Yeah, and here's
Yeah.
the thing. Like I said on my video last night, I'm gonna go to a few more Seahawks games next year, or at least a couple more, because I went to one this year. I can't wait to go to road games because then it's like, and now the visitor, defending world champion, Seattle Seahawks. That's a great dude. We're wearing that crown until someone else takes it, bro. That's just that's all there is to it, man. I freaking love that. But
Yeah.
oh, real
Well,
quick, this is the second time we've been asked about it. Did you like the halftime show?
honestly, look, I'm gonna say this. I don't listen to Bad Bunny, so I wasn't like, looking forward. So, but I will say this. I respected what he did and I respected the message that he brought. And to be honest with you, for the Hispanic culture, I think he showed love to the Hispanic culture, so I respect that. It was about unity and love, so I respect that. I don't care what he does. That's his business. But as the message was really great. Kendrick did it last year for the Black culture. A lot of people didn't like it, so this year was the Latino culture, Hispanic culture. So I respected it. Did I enjoy it fully like I would have? Not really. I didn't really understand it, but I'm sure a lot of the Hispanic, my girl loved it. So, it's all good. That's
I look
my
at
point.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it this way. I mean, for me, I think they trolled like you know how Trump. I'm not going to go political, but I have to use this as a reference. Trump will troll the other side. Like he'll say something, but he won't do it, and he gets the media all going crazy. Bad Bunny pulled one of those tricks. He trolled the crap out of it, and he made it like he was going to come out in a dress. They floated rumors out there that it was going to be like hypersexual, and everybody was like tripping balls on it, including myself. Because like for me, I don't want religion, I don't want politics, I don't want what is it called, sexuality in my sports, because that's supposed to be a getaway. Like I just want to watch the damn game. I don't even watch the damn, like what is it called, the national anthem. I did not.
Yeah.
Dude, I come into the game for the coin flip, and that was it. Like I wanted to see it from there on out. That's it. And then the halftime shows, I'm never really into, outside of a few that have happened in the past. Like they always don't do anything for me anyway. So it's like I was just like, you know what? It is what it is. But then when I heard people texting me like, "Hey, it wasn't bad," or "Hey, they did this, they did that," and I'm like, "Well, it looks like he trolled. He trolled just like Trump would, like he made it out like it was going to be the worst thing ever, but the message, like you said, was like of unity. Now, could he have done it in English to maybe get to the masses? Because that would be like if me and you put on a concert in Puerto Rico or Brazil in English, people would be like, I mean, the background may be sounding good, but we have no idea what the white boy and the black guy are saying. So, like I, I don't get that. I mean, at least do half the concert in English. That'd be my only gripe. But then again, I didn't watch, so I didn't even watch
Yeah.
Green Day because they trolled too. Green Day said they were going to do something overly political. They were probably going to say "F ice," and it's really divisive. So it's like, bro, it's a Super Bowl. Like you shouldn't be making America look shitty. So I was already mad at them too, but they trolled me and everybody else too because they kept it clean too. So it is what it is, man.
Yeah. I didn't have a problem with him doing it in Spanish because again, he's Puerto Rican, which is an American territory. Puerto Rico is part of America, so I didn't really care that he did it in Spanish. Like he's known for singing in Spanish, so obviously we knew it was going to be in Spanish. So it's one of those things where it's like you know what you're getting into. So whether you're just going to enjoy it or not. I didn't have a problem with him singing in Spanish. Again, it wasn't for us. I feel like it was for the Hispanic community and trying to unify all of us to, appreciate everyone, unity, which I agree. I agree about unity. It's all about love. So, again, I don't, like you said, I don't get involved in politics myself, but I just think the message was about love. That's all. I don't think it was political. And even if he did, he had the American flag, he had a Puerto Rican flag, he had all the flags. So it was really, unity. was his message I got, and I respect that. Again, I knew Hispanic people that didn't even know what he was saying, so it really didn't matter because the beat was good. You could dance to it. I didn't really watch it. It was in the background. I was looking at it a little bit, but um, was it my favorite? No, but I respect what he did, and I respect the message.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. It's just like you're never gonna like look, I look at it this way. You're never gonna satisfy everybody. And the world that we live in, the simplest things, like what if most NFL fans have said for like a long time? Like the NFL wants, or at least fans of like, you know, pop music or rock music, they want certain people to perform, but certain people have never either wanted to or never been invited to. Like for me, I've always wanted like Metallica to do it once, or I've always wanted a few other kind of pops, pop stars or whatever try to do it. And boy, are we getting trolled on here to keep banning this idiot right here.
Hey, everyone's a hater.
I guess so, yeah. It's like they really want me
Yeah.
to but anyway, I like the fact that, it seems like in this world, if the masses want something, the media does the opposite. So,
Yeah.
you know, and so that way you're always going to have people hating. And then with people like us who have podcasts or they're influencers that have a base or an audience, they're able to give their opinions. And never used to have this before. Before it was just like, hey, you have a show on TV once or twice here or on cable, or you got the newspaper and that's it. But now you got everybody giving their 2 cents, and then you could really get a feel and it sways people, because again, I fell into it thinking that, this is going to be probably the most, like for me, I took offense before I saw anything because I didn't want to wake up the next day if we won a Super Bowl. And even if we didn't, I didn't want to hear, oh, well, the concert said this or the pre-concert was doing this. It's like I didn't want that to that was my biggest fear. I'm like, with this whole political slash, hatred of everybody going back and forth, like I didn't want that to be overshadowing the game that we all love and the game that I wanted to see. But thankfully it didn't go that way. But
Yeah.
they hell trolled us because I was figuring, oh my god, because look, it was the same thing. Like Steve Lease was telling me, oh, are you gonna watch the American one with Kid Rock? I'm like, no, that guy should have came on 20 years ago. I go, that's going to be just as crappy, if not crappier. Like I don't want to watch that either. Like so I don't know, bro. It's like I said, you're never gonna nowadays, bro. You're never gonna freaking satisfy everybody. There's always gonna be something.
No, you're not. You're not going to satisfy everybody. I feel like politics divide people. That's why I don't get involved with it because no matter what a person does, if he's left and he does something, the right's going to hate it, and if he's right and he does something, the left is going to hate it. So I don't get involved in it. You know, I see good in both. Not obviously there's evil in both, and there's good in some. So I don't get involved in them in that stuff. If he had a good message, I'm gonna say he had a good message. No matter what it is. I don't get involved in all that. So that's
Yeah,
all.
it's true. And there was well, that's true, but I mean, like right here, like Callie Green says, there was never a day you could satisfy everyone. And that's true, but it
Okay.
seemed like it was easier for people to accept it. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't this big huge thing where it's like, oh my God, I can't watch, I'm rebelling, or hey, look, I'm taking this stance, or whatever. So that's my whole point. And
Yeah.
I'm like Tamir 20 right there, except the last part. He says, I didn't waste my time on any of the halftime shows.
He said they're all whack. I mean, hey, not everyone watches halftime show. I'm not really big on halftime shows myself. I don't really care for it. I watched Kendrick. I watched, a little bit of Kendrick. Um, it's halftime shows to me is kind of like, let's get to the point. Let's get to the game. Like I want to watch the game. Hurry up and get this
Yeah.
over with.
Yeah, yeah, and
So
they take way too long. I think that gave more motivation to Seattle anyway, because it gave us more I mean, we weren't even tired, but it gave an already rested defense more time to rest. So
yeah,
it made things harder on the Patriots. But as we end it here, my man, we talked about the
The
halftime
comments were
show.
going up.
Yeah, they were.
Comments were going up.
I'll just end it here, man. NFC West, or at least from my point, to sum up the season, NFC West was by far the class. I mean, you have
100%. No question.
yeah. I mean, you have what 13, 12, no 14, 13, and 12. Those teams. That's how many games they won combined. So that's freaking that's 29 or no 39 games right there that they won total combined. So I mean, you're that's pretty good competition. And so, and I'm gonna get that 60 patch and the 50 patch. The 50.
Gotta get the
Yeah.
60 patch.
Well, yeah.
But
Well, the 50.
don't stand around the hood though, man. You might get banged on.
Yeah, this guy, right? No, but it's funny because the Hawks won in their 50th year, so they have the 50 patch and the 60. So that's pretty dope.
That's dope.
Yeah. So just straight up, this is gonna be another good division next year. Good football. We've gone from the what is it, being the hunters to now the hunted. And the last stat that I'll pull up real quick, and this one's hilarious.
Go ahead, sir.
This is for Steve Elise, and I hope she's still listening. So
she's there. She just comment.
so in Frisco or Santa Clara, the Niners played 8 home games, Matt, and they were able to accumulate 6 sacks and 4 turnovers as a defense against their opponent, right?
Mm-hmm.
In 2 games that the Seahawks played there, in the last game of the season, and including the Super Bowl, the Seahawks racked up 7 sacks and 5 turnovers. So they did more in 2 games than the Niners did at home in 8.
You had to bring that up, didn't you? You had to bring it up.
What about your final thoughts?
I have no final thought, man. Like I said, congratulations to you, sir. I'm happy for you that you got the championship. It's good to see one of my brother's team winning. But next year's a new season. Let's see what happens, man. Do you think you're gonna repeat?
Yep.
Humility went right out the door.
Hey, look what she said right here.
Someone is switching on the bang bang.
Hey, you've seen our couches; they're pretty comfortable, so it's not exactly a bad thing.
The couch is already comfortable. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, well, real quick, man. Seahawks, the Super Bowl's in SoFi next year. Wouldn't it be great for the Seahawks to win in SoFi?
First of all, you're getting ahead of yourself, sir. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen, man. Hey, watch out for the Rams. Seriously, man. The Rams, if Matthew Stafford stays one more season, I can see them winning well, I wouldn't say see them winning it, but it wouldn't surprise me if they got to the Super Bowl and won.
Well, they're definitely going to be in the mix. That's for damn sure. You know what tripped me out though, real quick? So they have the Super Bowl odds for next year already out because that's Vegas, right? They got Seattle. They got Seattle at number 1. They got the Bills at number 2.
Get it out.
Yeah, they have the Rams at 3. And this one was a head scratcher. Could you see this one? They have the Ravens at 4.
I noticed that the 2 teams that recently fired their head coach are projected pretty high, so they must be onto something.
Possibly, because I even checked for Steve Elise. I'm like, where are the 49ers in there? Dude, they had them at 14. So
14?
Yeah.
As much as I don't like the Niners, I can't put them that low. Respectfully, they've always been in it every season. I think even with the injuries, they've been in it. So I wouldn't put them that low, unless Vegas knows something we don't know. Because remember, Vegas knew the Texans would be on this win streak, and they was predicting them to win. They was predicting. Oh, my computer went out. There you go. They were predicting them to win all these games, and all of a sudden they won like 7 straight games. So Vegas must know something.
Yeah, that's true. And LeVar says Browns at 5.
Hey, Shador, watch out for Shador.
I don't know about that, man. That is
I
still
have a feeling. You know what? Be quiet. You couldn't see me. I know I'm black and the lights went out. But no, no. I will say this. I think next year you're going to be a lot nicer to these teams that you always be hating on. I guarantee you, because you have no reason to be hating. You're the champion. You're going to be coming in. Oh yeah, Shador's nice. Oh yeah. I'm the champion. I have a feeling you're going to be a lot nicer next year, Todd. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong because I've already turned the tide a little bit and I gave Mario some love, including his boy Caleb Williams. I was saying that guy was a bust.
Yes, you did.
And I have a feeling that after Sam wins the Super Bowl next year, Caleb Williams will have the Bears winning a Super Bowl.
You're a certified hater. I can agree with that. You are definitely a hater, Todd. No, a hater. No, you know what? That Bears team was definitely, it was a lot of turnaround teams this year. You know, the Patriots, you guys, the Bears. Who else? The Colts for a little bit, and then obviously.
Yeah, they fell off. The Jaguars got tough.
The Jaguars it was a lot. Houston. A lot of teams this year that were a surprise. Even, hey, look, the Saints, man. The Saints might be a problem next year. They got that, cap. They can, they're going to be drafting. They can hire. Look, the Saints is going to be a problem. That quarterback they got, whatever his name, Schultz, whatever his name, he's going to be a problem, man. Saints going to be a problem.
I totally agree. And real quick, 3 strange. The Broncos are at 6 next year to repeat. So they're 6th place. So, but I don't get the Ravens and Bills though, because the Ravens defense is depleted, and then the Bills, they got a new coach, and they're off. They still have no weapons at receiver or running back.
I mean, you still got Josh Allen, and what's their back? They got what's his name? What's his name? Oh man, I'm drawing a blank. What's his running back? He's really good.
Swift.
No, not Swift. He's from Detroit. What's his name? Fans, help me out. What's the running back for the Bills?
Oh, real quick, Angel Fandan's way wrong with that one. It's John Schneider. 2 Super Bowls with 2 different coaches. So, shut up. John Schneider.
I just kind of see the Bills. The Ravens, I'm not too sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see, man. We'll see. Hey, where were my Cowboys?
Guys,
you say 32. I'm turning this off.
Your Cowboys were 19th.
Respectfully.
You know what? Here's the deal. Would you take? Because I had a fan ask me this at work. If you're the Cowboys. And the Raiders.
I'm playing.
If the Raiders were to trade Fernandez to you, basically the number 1 pick for Dak Prescott, would you take it? No?
I don't know. That's dang. Is he ready now? I don't know. I mean, Dak didn't really have a bad year last year. Their defense sucked. Now we got this new defensive coordinator. Your wife is being very disrespectful. I just want you to know that what you just said. You didn't think I didn't see that, but I saw that. You're very disrespectful. I just want you to know. But our defense was just horrendous. And if it wasn't for our defense, if we were just mediocre, we'd at least make the playoff. Dak didn't really have a bad season. But I don't know, man. We'll see. Dak's not really a bad quarterback. If we keep Pickens and CD Lamb and our offense keep rolling, we'll be all right. It's just our defense. We just got to beef that up.
See, I love it already. Bears coming for the Chicken Hawks. See, I like that name better than the Sea Chickens.
The Sea Chickens sound stupid.
Yeah, it is so dumb and lame. I heard so many people.
It sounds like a can of tuna.
Yeah. It's like, come on, man, put some respect on it. We beat you guys, so it's like you guys can ram it up your ass, man. You ram that sea chicken up your ass because we won,
Big
baby.
chickens.
And we'll come for them. The Bears. We'll come right back for them, man. It's all good. But anyway, Matt, it was a fun season on Unfiltered here. We basically, if you're new to the show, we covered the picks from start to finish. We gave our predictions, and I'd like to go back to that and see where exactly how wrong we were. But it was still fun,
I know
man.
I was
It was
definitely wrong with Seattle.
yeah, I was too. I didn't pick them, so
Yeah, I
picked
picked Cardinals to be like number 2 or 3 in the division. So I know I was off.
How could you pick the recards?
Because man, the first 3 games I was looking like a genius, and then all of a sudden, just horrible, man.
Well, you know you're a bad organization when nobody wanted that Cardinals job. All the other jobs are getting filled, and everyone's like, "No, there's still a job in Arizona."
Nobody.
No, staying.
Nobody.
Oh man! All right, Matt, we'll catch you on the flip side. We got more hockey to do cover on here, and then we got baseball, and we'll be back next year for football, man. So,
yes, sir.
I can't wait for Dominique to be back on here again because by then I'll have a Super Bowl banner back here. And
first of all, Steve Belief from Cows were very disrespectful on this show. Cow, first of all, she's talking about me being black. No, I'm playing. She said she could see me in the dark, which was funny. Oh, that's really funny. And Steve Belief just said I should be a Jets fan. You got me twisted. Both of y'all are very disrespectful.
They certainly are. And thank you, Three Strange, Patrick, and everybody else has been on here.
Absolutely. Omar, Angel, Salvador, Three Strange, T-Mirror 20, all you guys.
Yep. It's gonna be great. And T-Mirror 20, I gotta check on your jersey, man, because it should have already arrived. So I'll get some information out to you guys. Thank you, Demetrio. Yes, sir. We'll see him on there. Everybody have a good rest of your evening.
Real quick. I want to get your opinion. I know it's not about football, but most of us in here are Angel fans. 80 wins or more. Yay or nay?
Nay.
You're so disrespectful. Good night, everybody.
Good night.